I'm joined by Sam Campbell, crypto investor at Samsung Next. He has a lot of things that he likes to joke about in his CV. So instead of talking about it, I'm going to have Sam introduce himself to you at our very special edition of the Feedback Loop here at ETH Denver. Sam, tell my grandma what you do.
I am a venture capitalist at Samsung Next. We're an early stage venture arm attached to Samsung Electronics. For your grandmother, I would say that I talk to a lot of smart young people and convince them to take my money.
Let's talk a little bit about what you and Samsung Next are doing here at ETH Denver. What have you seen this year that is maybe different than the rest?
What we often look at is where the developers, where the founders are building. And one of the things we like to see at conferences are that there's no hype. These are real builders, these are real founders, and it helps guide our investment strategy. And something we've loved about ETH Denver is it feels like people are here because they care about crypto, they care about Ethereum, and they want to build something impactful. In the past, at certain conferences, it's been a little more hype. There's some Lamborghinis, there's some dog coins flying around. So we love to see the real builders that are passionate about what they're doing.
Well, we know that Samsung Next is quite passionate about a lot of the, from hardware to software to infrastructure, layer ones and beyond. What are some of the things that you are really excited about moving forward at Samsung Next?
So we often think about what are the applications and platforms that can truly onboard the next billion users. A lot of companies talk about the billion users. Samsung actually has a true billion users. On the crypto side, we often think about the platforms that can empower these large-scale applications that truly 100 million or a billion people could be using. So it's a lot of infrastructure. It's a lot of platforms that consumer applications could be built on rather than the consumer applications themselves, because we don't know what that killer use case is going to be yet. We just want to empower the next wave of crypto.
You're really sort of at this convergence of a lot of technology. I mean, I know that Samsung Next has taken a few really clear and pointed positions on things like AI and blockchain. What are you looking at when we're looking at basically, the digital forefront of the rest of human history?
Yes. So we often think about our devices, or Samsung thinks about its devices as the portal to an online life. And so that could be called metaverse. It could just be called, this is where you check your email or take a photo of your kids. But really, we think about our devices as the entry point into this broad world. And so we have a health initiative, AI, we do some other infrastructure investments outside of crypto. Really what we think about is just how can we help prepare Samsung for the next 3 to 5 years or beyond. And all of those, AI is a super hot topic right now. Crypto's a little less hot, but we think we've had a long-standing thesis since 2017 in crypto. Yeah. And it's been something where we really, a lot of people use Apple devices, especially in the US. We see this as a great opportunity for Samsung to lead in an area, especially in the crypto space.
You made a really salient point, which is, well, what about the first billion, right? Yeah. And I come from the part of the world, I'm from Egypt. I say that every single time. I'm part of that first billion where there's a really big access gap. And I know that Samsung's really focused on that. How close are we to bridging that?
I think we're I would say 18 months. And one of the...
Really?
Not only is it the technology, but also if you're in Egypt, you might not have the resources to buy $100 worth of ETH to do 1 or 2 transactions. So one of the concepts that we're working with some of our companies is most people will likely, their first crypto will be earned, not bought. And so they think about kind of some of these move to earn, play to earn creators as well, as they might sell some digital art. That will be their first crypto. We want to enable the tools so that they can play, earn, create on their devices in Egypt, in the US, anywhere in the world.
So thinking of that device as that interface between the physical hardware, the physical infrastructure, and this metaversal space, right? This digital extension of this person. How is Samsung looking at that space, at that physical and digital space and that interface where the phone is really the bridge, right?
Yes,
the phone is the base layer of that.
Exactly. So not only we think, and I think a lot of people as well, think we have the best hardware, we're trying to come up to speed on some of the software interfaces. So we think about a lot of multi-device experience of you want your computer to talk to your phone, to talk to your TV. It would be nice if your whole home as well kind of interface together. So we really think about that software layer is we think we built the best hardware, we have the best cameras, we have the fastest processors. It's really about bridging that gap, and the software is the most important part because most people don't know which chip is in their device or even care. They just want to take a nice photo of their grandkids.
Sam, it's interesting because when you say that, and I'm looking all around here, I'm thinking gaming. Like
Yes.
you're talking about what everyone is talking about here, which is how do you make it fun?
Yes, this used to be a hot take, but it's not. It's just the game should be fun. Before, I think a lot of founders and companies thought about tokenomics first. And really what we're seeing a big shift is taking existing games that maybe need some infrastructure or there's something unique they can do with some blockchain rails to make it fun. So we're looking at some larger ex-studio founders kind of from some of the major AAA games.
What did I not ask you that I should have?
It's a great question. I think we're just very excited about this next phase of crypto as we really see this energy and we deal with a lot of enterprise type clients and peers that kind of ask us, what should we do in crypto? And my kind of sense from a conference like this and our longstanding theses is that this is a space that's going to continue to thrive and that crypto's here to stay. This is the next evolution of the internet, and Samsung would love to be a part of that.
Our time is up for now, but the conversation is still going. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Sino Global Cap, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and leave us your feedback so we can loop it into upcoming episodes.